All right, let's get to a macro question here before we go. And again, we invite everybody to go over to the quarter deck where I'm going to head over and meet Brady there. We're going to have a good time tonight, regardless of the result. And we are not being blamed for this one, okay? You can blame COVID, injuries, a whole bunch of different things. This one's not our fault. But let's have a macro conversation here. Jonathan and Ricky, I'll let you jump in on this. I mean, what should the NBA be doing? Because, it feels like we went from a trickle to it's kind of an explosion now. And it's not just the NBA. The Panthers are not traveling 7 players, okay, because of a COVID outbreak. We're seeing it in the NFL as well. The Dolphins don't have a running back room. So, I mean, what is the solution? Is there a solution? I mean, how do you get through this and keep it fair?
Well, I mean, first of all, what the NBA should do isn't what they're going to do, because it's always going to be profits over people, right? If they can get games going, no matter who's playing, people are going to watch. Sponsorships are going to continue to go out there. Commercials are going to continue to go out there. All the things are going to have to continue to make the NBA money. And we always know that's going to be priority no matter what. I mean, the NBA compared to the NFL does seem to care a little bit more about their players and seem to, value them a little bit more. But no matter, at the end of the day, it's still about money, right? But what they should do, in my opinion, I think, a 2 to 4 week break. I think what you polled or somebody polled, a 2 to 4 week break where you have every player quarantine. You make sure, if they violate that quarantine, that there is a repercussion for whatever they do wrong. I think that's probably the best way to go. It's starting to run rampant again, and once it spreads, it's just a compounding effect moving down forward, where it becomes 1, then it's 3, then it's 15, then it's 60. It just moves really, really fast, right? So we're in a position where we might see that happen all throughout every major league that's playing right now, but it's going to be tough to stop it because, like I said, they're always going to prioritize those profits. So I don't see them really doing anything. I think they just continue to move on.
Yeah, I mean, a 2 to 4 week break would be great for the Heat in particular. Bam would be a little bit closer to returning, and Jimmy would be healthy by then. But Ricky, I mean, you looked up at Jonathan on that. I think you agree generally that what they should do and what they're going to do are two different things. But I mean, this doesn't feel sustainable here because I mean, this is a league that. Rudy Gobert, one guy, and they shut the whole damn league down, and now it's like, okay, everybody's testing positive, and we move on. Like, there doesn't seem to be consistency there at all.
Muted, brother.
Mike.
A lot of what Ramakan said makes a lot of sense. I mean, if anything, if you were to ask me that question, I would have to echo what President Bill Clinton said in 1995. Shut it down. That's a little political reference for those of you that were even alive back then. 90% of you probably weren't.
Only I was from here, I think. But that's
I was born in 95.
I was born in 90.
For a couple months.
I mean, come on now.
I was graduating from college. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, there you go. But yeah, so look, at this point, I think you got to shut it down. Now, that would be my proposal. Shut it down and wait for about 2 weeks. Let everything calm down. And during that time period, you reevaluate the COVID protocols as we currently know them. Because right now, it's clear that as variants are the original virus that have mutated. Right. The situation has mutated, but the protocols have not yet mutated. They're still going by an agreement that existed or that came into being before the Delta variant was even born. So this needs to be evaluated. This needs to also be done in a way where it's not confusing the players, because if you shut it down, reevaluate the protocol, everyone has time to understand what exactly they need to agree to and to follow. So that way, different information isn't going around. Because let's take the LeBron testing situation. That, if I'm not mistaken, came out as a result of people botching the testing or the evaluation. And as a result, everybody was confused. LeBron went home, tested positive for 2 days, and miraculously came back. And when that sort of thing continues to happen, you have a situation where you have fans that are growing skeptical of not just the virus, but whether or not certain protocols applied to certain players. I've already been I've been long against the idea that the rules apply differently depending on how much of a star that you are. But if there's one thing that we've learned about this pandemic, it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, black, white, Cuban, Venezuelan, Haitian, or whatever, that COVID-19 virus is going to punch you in the face most likely. And in many ways, if you're already sick, it's even worse. So at this point, we need to reevaluate the protocols, shut down the league for about 2 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks if you're a Heat fan, so that way when they come back, and then keep this going. Don't be afraid to postpone the season if necessary. capitalism be damned.
Well,
just for one thing, sorry to cut you off.
Okay.
Just ask Karl Anthony Towns how this affects
Yes.
you, right? Not
Right.
only the players, but the loved ones of these players as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this: nothing's going to happen until December 26th. Okay, so I feel like,
Nope.
I mean, they're going to keep that moving until Christmas, and then we may that may be the Christmas gift that everybody gets is a shutdown.